Item Number: SCP-3990. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures: 3 automated monitoring/ECM stations have been constructed within the region, which will block SCP-3990 with static interference when it is detected. Regular maintenance is to be conducted 24 hours before each predicted occurrence of SCP-3990. In the event that the above procedure fails, a website has been created describing SCP-3990 as an abstract art project, which sometimes accidentally disrupts other broadcasts. SCP-3990-1 events are to be explained with Disinformation Story 4213-C, frequencies which cannot be detected by human ears. Both specimens of SCP-3990-2 are to be captured and contained as soon as possible. A large outdoor paddock is currently being designed to contain the entities when they are captured. Containment Update: May 15, 2016. SCP-3990-2B is contained in a large outdoor paddock furnished with foliage. The entity is to be fed on fruit and hay, and given a supply of clean water. When SCP-3990-2A is captured, it is to be contained within a separate paddock with higher fences. Description: SCP-3990 refers to an anomalous radio broadcast which occurs fortnightly in the Canadian province of British Columbia. The signal often interrupts non-anomalous radio devices while playing, such as car and home radios. Its content consists mostly of incomprehensible grunts and calls, attributed to those made by Deer. However, some understandable words have been heard, such as deer, grass, immigrants, and bears. The event that occurs as a result of SCP-3990 is designated SCP-3990-1. When SCP-3990 occurs and any members of the family Cervidae are within a 0.5 kilometer radius, the Deer will travel to the device playing SCP-3990. Then, they will stand around the source, huddling close together, and make quiet vocalizations. SCP-3990-1 ceases when the radio device stops playing SCP-3990, or it is turned off. Deer involved in the SCP-3990-1 events will sometimes treat humans with slightly above average fear or aggression during the process. SCP-3990-2 refers to 2 entities, designated SCP-3990-2A and SCP-3990-2B, that are believed to be related to the origin of SCP-3990. The entities are of deer of an unknown species, resembling those of the genus Odocoileus, but around 40% larger. SCP-3990-2 move at an extremely fast pace, and can outrun vehicles such as jeeps and helicopters, clocked at a top speed of 135 miles per hour. Due to the evasiveness of SCP-3990-2, little is known about either them or SCP-3990 itself. Addendum: SCP-3990 was broadcast naturally 3 times prior to the construction of the radio towers. On the second occurrence, a portable radio was placed in a forest with a very large deer population. Logs can be found below. 1530. SCP-3990 begins with the sound of an unknown, rhythmic metallic banging. 1532 to 1534. SCP-3990-1 occurs. Around 40 deer emerge from the surrounding foliage and crowd the radio device, awaiting the voiced portion of the transmission. 1535. The main body of SCP-3990 starts. Most of the transmission is incomprehensible deer grunts, but the English word apple is frequently heard. When the first instance of apple was spoken, the deer were noted to look at each other. 1537. One deer places its hoof on its forehead and holds it for a few seconds, before shaking its head. A few other deer repeat this action. 1538. The topic apparently changes. The word hunt is heard within the grunts. 1539. The deer display nervous body language, and many take a step back. An instance moves between the radio and a juvenile. 1540. The deer begin to make glances at the researchers. A few sounds resembling growls are heard. 1542. Another rhythmic banging sound is heard, before SCP-3990 silences. This causes the end of SCP-3990-1, and the deer return to normal behavior. Addendum 2. A recent attempt at capturing SCP-3990-2 is documented below. Attempt was carried out by members of MTF Tau-22 Forest Fires. Forward. 3 members of MTF Tau-22, Callus, Mishra, and Linem, were sent in to capture the SCP-3990-2 entities. The team was armed with tranquilizer rifles, thermal cameras, and net launchers. The automatic jamming system was turned off so the team could track SCP-3990-2. The excursion took place at night. Begin log.
Once SCP-3990 begins, it's hypothesized we'll lose contact, and you won't be able to communicate with each other through your radios. Is everyone in their positions?
Yes. Confirm.
All good.
Good to go.
Affirmative. There are spare tranquilizer darts stored in your ammunition pouch.
Understood.
We believe you'll be able to locate SCP-3990-2 through the severity of the interruption in your radio devices. Go in the direction that the interruption is the most severe.
Affirmative.
Good. I think that...
SCP-3990 begins, knocking out communication. The team tests out several directions.
West.
The team moves west. Callus checks his tranquilizer rifle. Mishra suddenly extends a hand.
Stop. I heard something. Line them. You should keep your earpiece in case the direction changes.
Mishra and Callus point their weapons into the forest before a small herd of deer emerge and begin traveling in the direction the team was heading.
I guess that confirms it. Let's keep moving.
The team continues west, following the deer herd closely behind. Soon, another herd emerges from the shrub, heading in the same direction.
We can take off our earpieces now. I think we have something more accurate to follow.
Good idea. The team remove their earpieces and follow the deer herds. A low susurration can be heard not too far away.
I think this is it.
More and more deer emerge from the forest, heading in the direction of the sound. The deer pay little attention to the team.
We must be getting close now, surely. Ready your rifles.
The number of deer is increasing rapidly, and the team are struggling to find space to move.
How are we even going to tranquilize the damn things through all these deer?
I don't know. We'll have to keep pushing, I guess.
The team pushes further through the crowd of deer, which seem to be completely unfazed. Another sound is picked up by the deer over the noises of the crowd.
I think this is it. It's louder than the ambience.
The team push forward until they reach a firmly placed crowd of deer, with no gaps for movement.
Turn on your torches. We need to find a path forward.
The torches are turned on and the area is scanned.
Oh shit!
The torches focus on 2 large entities, SCP-3990-2A and SCP-3990-2B. They are standing in a clearing, surrounded on all sides by deer. SCP-3990-2A is bipedal, but struggling to be so and hunched over, while SCP-3990-2B walks on all fours and appears malnourished. SCP-3990-2B has a large radio device strapped on its back and has antlers made of a metallic substance. Both entities are facing away from the team. The entities slowly turn to face the team, as do all of the deer in the vicinity. The only noise is from the radio devices, which are giving off loud white noise.
Now!
Linem fires a dart, which pierces SCP-3990-2B's neck, causing it to become sluggish and stumble. The deer in the vicinity scramble past the team, knocking down Mishra and trampling over her. In the scramble, SCP-3990-2A appears to tear off SCP-3990-2B's antlers and the radio device, before darting into the forest with the rest of the deer. SCP-3990-2B collapses, unconscious.
You okay, Mishra?
I think my right leg is broken. Fractured, at the very least. Just turn on the radios and contact Command. Tell them we got one of them.
Command, this is Callus. SCP-3990, 2B is tranquilized.
Good. We're sending in a collection team.
Affirmative.
Afterward, SCP-3990-2B was transferred to a containment paddock and is currently in healthy condition, exhibiting no anomalous effects apart from its size. Addendum 3. On August 14th, 2000, an event occurred which involved SCP-3990-2. The event has been designated Incident 3990-03 and affected Northwest British Columbia. Incident 3990-03 affected television devices and was a broadcast intrusion event resulting in programming being hijacked by SCP-3990-2A. The hijacking lasted for approximately 12 minutes before ending, at which point the televisions returned back to normal, with no negative effects to the device. The broadcast began with SCP-3990-2A running through a forest. The entity's face was slightly rounded, and it possessed SCP-3990-2B's removed antlers inserted into the sides of its head. SCP-3990-2A began with incomprehensible verbalizations. The camera used in the broadcast was heavily distorted and unfocused. SCP-3990-2A then began to pace back and forth, while stating the phrase, "today's headlines," several times. At this stage, several normal deer were seen in the background. The entity then began to speak broken, monotone English about several apparent subjects, such as bears and a water shortage. Towards the end of the broadcast, SCP-3990-2A tapped the camera with its hoof, which had split into 4 autonomous fingers. SCP-3990-2A stared at the camera for approximately 40 seconds before dropping the camera, at which point the broadcast abruptly ended. In response to this incident, posters have been put up in the region linking the hijacking to the hoax website. See Containment Procedures. It is unknown if further television hijackings will occur in the future. Thank you all for watching, and a special thanks to all my patrons. If you want to help support this channel, go ahead and visit my Patreon for early access to videos, skip recommendations, and other Patreon benefits.